Welcome to Mr. Incredible News. Everything looked normal, right up until the moment it wasn't. Here are incredible moments that changed in the blink of an eye. Force 12 on the Beaufort scale isn't just windy, it's hurricane strength. At that point, ports often suspend operations because safety becomes the top priority. Rockfalls don't always need an earthquake to happen. Years of weathering, freeze-thaw cycles, and gravity can eventually send an entire cliff downhill. A gas line doesn't have to look dangerous to be dangerous. One unexpected strike can release enormous energy in a fraction of a second.
We zijn hier in Kampen, een van de 3 prachtige historische Hansesteden in de IJsseldelta. Want hier wordt binnenkort het grootste paasevenement van Nederland georganiseerd. Wat is er nou zo bijzonder aan Zeelkampen?
Als je de mooiste opvullen.
I've got 2 questions. First, was the mayor trying to give her a medal or something? Second, was the sound guy trying to save her or just make sure he didn't lose the audio? When rocks start falling, horsepower won't save you. Distance and timing become your greatest allies. Airports spend a surprising amount of time keeping wildlife away from runways. Even a small bird can create a serious problem at airline speeds. A 200-ton load doesn't get a second chance. That's why professional lifting operations build in safety margins long before the crane ever leaves the ground. This is one of those moments that makes you say, "Oh no." A mechanical failure caused a wastewater tanker to overturn, spilling around 50 tons of wastewater. The consequences weren't just costly, they also posed a serious environmental risk. Storms have a way of shrinking human confidence. Even if the weather looks calm inland, distant storms can send huge swells across the ocean, reaching coastlines hundreds of miles away. Navigation channels leave very little room for error. A drift of only a few feet can become a major problem when passing close to bridge supports. Rollovers don't happen often, but when they do, they can be devastating. That's why manufacturers keep adding protection where it matters most. Emergency officials repeat the same advice every year because it saves lives. If you see floodwater rushing toward you, don't stop to film it. Leave immediately. A train always wins against a car, but nobody really wins that collision. That's why railroad crossings demand patience every single time. When a tornado can lift steel fencing into the air, it doesn't matter how heavy something looks.
Пошла.
Rocket launches last only minutes, but they represent years of engineering. When something goes wrong, every second of data becomes invaluable. Imagine how frustrating it must be when the finish line is right in front of you, but you just can't reach it. A cargo measuring over 51 meters long and weighing 235 tons completely changes the rules of the road. Every turn, bridge, and intersection must be engineered in advance, because transporting something this massive is closer to a moving construction project than a normal truck delivery. Incidents like this often leave investigators searching for answers. Fatigue, distraction, or another contributing factor could all be possibilities.
Oh, he just crashed.
Modern fighter jets are incredibly advanced, but even the most sophisticated aircraft can find themselves in trouble during takeoff or landing. Hydrogen may lift balloons well, but it's extremely flammable around even a small flame. Sometimes survival comes down to a matter of inches. Lesson learned. Don't punch trees. Nature always punches back. If Caterpillar takes the top spot, I'd put Volvo right behind it. Agricultural tractors are built for incredible pulling power, but recovering one from a collapsed bridge is a completely different challenge. Landspouts are usually smaller than the tornadoes you see on the news, but they deserve the same respect. Flying debris doesn't care what the storm is called. Bridge construction isn't only about concrete and steel. Timing, sequencing, and temporary engineering often determine whether the project stays safe. The Unimog isn't famous because it's fast. It's famous because it'll keep going long after ordinary trucks have given up. Surviving a collapse like this is incredibly fortunate. It reminds us that during floods, danger often comes from more than just the water. A dust storm can erase visibility in seconds. A crane doesn't have to drop the load to become dangerous. Safety zones around fireworks exist for a reason. Distance is often the best protection when dealing with anything that can explode unexpectedly. Safe, the truck just keeps going.
речка. Не знаю, будет это. Так. Красота. Одну лебедочку зацепили. Сейчас пойдем натянем. Вот так у нас.
A heavy tow truck isn't just built to pull. It's built to control thousands of pounds safely when everything has already gone wrong.
Tay chui đây vừa ở trong sai cái tay bao mình sai cái tham mau ấy mình sai cái tham mau thấy bao mau mình sai chứ.
One moment of distraction is all it takes to end up in an awkward situation.
Đây giờ cho cái
Mountain floods collect everything downhill. Rocks, mud, and timber combine into a moving force that's far more destructive than water alone. Much respect to every driver working in harsh conditions. Your skill, patience, and dedication keep the world moving. Stay safe out there. Heavy rain doesn't just soak the ground. It adds weight, weakens the soil, and slowly reduces the mountain's ability to hold itself together. JCB backhoes have a solid reputation, and this is exactly why they continue to earn people's trust. Climbing a steep grade with more than 30,000 kilograms behind you isn't about speed, it's about torque. A truck like the Volvo FH440 delivers steady pulling power, allowing drivers to keep heavy loads moving without overstressing the drivetrain. I was on the edge of my seat, watching every move he made. Thanks for watching Mr. Incredible News. Which moment stayed with you the longest? Tell us below, then subscribe for more remarkable stories.